Welcome to the inaugural Draft Queens Off the Clock podcast. I'm Kristin.
And I'm Kat.
And we're excited to welcome you to our first episode. So, Draft Queens as a fantasy league kicked off for the 2022 to 2023 season as a way to create fun, non-judgmental way for my friends to learn about and become a little invested in football. And while many of the members were fans of teams from their hometowns or had family ties, a lot of our football was, for lack of a better word, a bit arbitrary and maybe a little silly. So now, 1, 2, 3 years in, it's become, for the better, just as judgmental and sassy as any other league, with 12 different NFL team fandoms represented and the rivalries to match. So we're excited to welcome you to the podcast and to the Draft Queens family.
Thanks, Kristin. So along with what she said, we kind of formed this as a way to highlight why this league is special. For me, it's super special. Over the years, it's become not only a family, but it's also become extremely competitive. I don't know about you, but we are really fucking competitive in this league. We've got pro dodgeballers. We've got forward D1 athletes. We have Nadia, who used to work in the NFL. This league is a way for us to learn about football, but also a way for us to compete and talk shit with our friends. So with that,
we're going to shit we do.
Yes, we do. And we're about to get into that with our second segment called our draft analysis. And the way that we're going to do it is we have 12 teams in the league, like Kristin said, and we're going to start with the bottom up. And Yahoo does a really, really good job with their incredibly stupid AI to give people grades that are a little silly and kind of stupid, but also a little bit funny too. So we're going to start with the last three, 12 through 10, and I'll pass it to Kristin to do 3, and we'll do it that way. So kick it off. Our last place, our big F. I'm sorry, Kristin.
It's okay.
It's my first F. Her first F, guys. So look, I don't know. I understand your thought process of wanting to get a good quarterback. Josh Allen's the fucking man. So good on you. I don't see a world that you're going to end up with a full-on failure. I'll see you middle of the pack. But, we'll see. You took them early. We'll see. Next up, we've got Hannah, projected 11. Kudos to Hannah because she's not projected last this year. And I'm going to keep honing it. Go, Hannah. I'm going to keep on honing it on that all season. But really, the big shout out for Hannah, the real question mark for me is Travis Hunter in his rookie season. So for any of you who don't know, Travis Hunter played both offense and defense. He's really highly touted as a rookie, but we'll see where he ends up in the NFL. I'm a little sus. So good luck with that, Hannah. You're Kudos draft Joe Burrow. We'll see. I really wanted Joe Burrow. I think he's going to be one of the better sleepers.
We love a Joey B. We want really for Joey B.
Correct. So good job. Not last place. And then in 10th is Steph, one of our newbies to the league, our resident Eagles fan. Go Birds. Yeah. So I don't know what you were doing drafting Caleb Williams as your starter, a second-year rookie. Technically he's not a rookie, but he really plays like one. So we'll see. I know your dad was helping you. I really like your dad, so I hope he wasn't trying to take your season on purpose. But yeah, so we'll see how you do. Go Birds. And Kristin, you got the next 3.
Which is a reminder that I guess we got to adjust the rules because we said no boyfriends could help, but we didn't specify no dads. So
okay,
no,
and we should also specify no significant others too. So if we're gonna go no parents, no significant, no outside help.
No outside help.
No outside help.
We'll allow you to do some boom scores if you really want to.
No one wants that.
So yeah, I will take on our rankings 9 through 7. First, we have Bree. Bree overall has a projected record of 2 to 12 with a D grade. With Breece Hall as one of the starting running backs, been a little bit of a disappointment since he joined the league. And drafting Ayuk, who went out with the horrible knee injury last season, is quite a risk. We know all of these 49ers and 49ers adjacents have quite a hard time staying healthy. So let's see if that rehab can hold them up for another season. Next, we have Tia with a projected record of 5.9 and a D+. She did well for having the number 1 pick in a stake draft, which, had pluses and minuses. Going with Jamar Chase, as a first pick was a great idea. Marvin Harrison could be a steal if he doesn't succumb to, the sophomore slump. Wouldn't be too far off since his rookie season was a little bit meh. And then bringing us into our C grades, we have Jasmine. And if Bijan Robinson gets hurt, she might have made an excellent move here, taking Tyler Algier as RB2 for the Falcons. But it is quite interesting that she took rivals in the NFC North in back-to-back rounds, with Moore from Chicago and Williams from Detroit. I guess she put her cheese away for this draft.
Oh, good. I love a good cheesehead joke, man. We're gonna be coming with those cheese puns all season. Great. So we're gonna move into our middle of the tier, 6 through 4. Start us off with Nadia, who is projected 7-7 with a C+. She took my boy Brock Purdy as the backup of her. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We're also going to recap week 1, so we'll get into that a little later. But so I'm really curious with this. Travis Kelce as her tight end. Again, we have more to talk about later with him, but it's projected this is likely his last season. So we'll see how he performs. I mean, I personally don't think he's a bad choice. Tight ends in the league are good tight ends are hard to get. So I don't think it was a bad choice, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Going through some of these teams was just such a reminder of how many of these tight ends are old as hell.
Yeah.
There's a movement within the fantasy world to abandon the tight end as a position in general,
100%.
which I think is probably something we could talk about because it's not as compelling anymore as a role.
Yeah. And it's fucking hard to get a really good one and for them to stay healthy too, right? Adding, because what is it? It's you get rid of tight end and add a third WRT.
I think so.
Yeah. Adding a third WRT would make it a lot more interesting. There'd be more points, I think. And then it would be really, whatever. I'm pro. If that's what they want to do and Yahoo wants to do it, great. Get rid of tight ends. Even though, yeah. Anyways, next I have Brett at 8-6 on a C+. Look, I'm going to talk about this more later and probably all season. I think Brett's team, the J Crew, is my sleeper team. I have something in my gut tells me this team is going to be really good. I don't know exactly what it is. I think the drafting of Jaden Daniels was smart. If he can stay healthy. This is the thing. Her team, a lot of things need to stay in place. Jaden needs to stay healthy. The other big question mark is how much synergy is there going to be between JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson, which LOL, whoever drafted JJ McCarthy, drop him and give them to Brett. We need the J Crew to be this is a literal J Crew. So please.
Optics, guys. Optics.
Right. Optics. Thank you. We need this J Crew to be real. But again, going back to it, I think the main question mark is going to be how early in the season can they connect? And if they can connect early, Brett's team is going to be one to beat, in my opinion. And then for, fourth place, we have Megan, who's second year in the league. Not, as far as I know, a diehard football fan, got into it because of her hubby, but is going to do really well this season at 11-3. And my only note for this team is, can Christian fucking McCaffrey stay healthy? Because God forbid the 49ers, who are my team, as if you don't know, which you're watching this, you absolutely fucking know. If he can, he's the only offense the 49ers have right now. That man needs to stay healthy. And as one of my friends who's also 49ers fan says, he cannot even get a paper cut or our season is dead. So that's my only note for Megan. I hope it all works out. 11-3 is her overall projected for the season. And that's great compared to where she was last year.
That's a fragile white man if we ever saw one.
Who, the most fragile. Literally a paper cut will knock him out for the entire fucking season.
And now we have a few projected winners. We'll see how they perform over the course of the season. But on our top 3 drafts, in third place, we have Colette with a team that is fast as hell, drafting both Saquon and Lamar. And as our league winner last year with Lamar, I think it's going to be just fine.
We'll see.
Next, we have our other newcomer, Miss Luann. And, know what they're doing sometimes. So what you lack in a QB, however, I think Baker's still pretty good. You are incredibly fast. with Jamar Gibbs and Bucky Irving as your running backs. So we'll see how she fares in her first year with the draft queen. And Steelers faithful and smart choice kicker Chris Boswell, who leads all kickers in fantasy. Another great ad for her. Yeah. And next we have Kat. So with an overall grade of an A+.
Yeah, my first A+.
Snake drafts are tough. So let's see if the gamble of prioritizing a top tight end in Bowers pays off for her. Feast or famine at the wide receiver with a less than stellar last season for Tyreek and a potential 10-game suspension for Ricky, right? I think we're down to 6 now.
We are down to 6 now, thank God.
But Kat is also rolling with the convicts here with a backup Jordan Addison also on suspension. So we're really gambling hard for receivers.
Look. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to lie to you. We can talk about this more, but I like to go big or go home. So I'm like, we're
unfortunately,
going hard.
So did they, and they are going home.
And they are going home at least for 6 games. Good thing Addison's coming back out in week 3, so that's good. And great. So that wraps up all 12 of everyone in our league who is in this league trying to win. We'll see. I mean, we've already got through week 1 and shit is getting down. So
the shakeups are shaking up.
And as we are going to talk about, let's talk about our biggest winners and losers of our draft.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm going to say the biggest winner is our third place, Colette, last year's winner of the league, this year third ranking. Between Lamar, Scary Terry, Saquon, Laporta, Pacheco, she has got a stacked roster. I also think Brett and her J team is 1-1. Jaden Daniels, Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, Jaden Waddle, Justin Fields. It's strong. It's also fun. So, we appreciate that. I think for the season, she may need to rebrand her husband from a Geoff to a Jeff just for good luck. And for my losers, I'm sorry to say it, but it's going to be you, Kat. Between Rashee Rice and Jordan Addison, you sent yourself to loser jail right with them for the first few weeks of the season. So, I hope it pays out for you.
You know what? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. When I took Rashee Rice, I did not Google this man. So I had no idea that he had any kind of suspension looming, any sort of whatever he had. I didn't know. I just saw that, he's wide receiver. I looked at a depth chart, okay? I look at analyses, and I looked at a depth chart. I didn't look at a convict chart, okay? So, I looked at a depth chart. I saw wide receiver 1, and he was there, and I said, okay. And I knew I was going to have issues at wide receiver if Tyreek Hill ate shit. So, who knows? And, but to go back to what you were saying about about Brett's team in general, I think that J. Crew team is the team. I talked about it a little earlier. I think that if J.J. McCarthy, and again, shout out to whoever drafted him, drop him, please, because she needs J.J. McCarthy. But if J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson can figure out how to come together early, it's game over. I think the reason I have her as such a sleeper is I'm really pissed at myself that we let her draft Justin Jefferson, who was the best wide receiver last season, and Jonathan Taylor, who was the best running back 2 seasons ago, on the same team. I don't know what we were thinking, and that's my honestly, I think all of us are losers because we let her fucking do that.
We thought we could distract her with the pool, and she was just out here preparing.
Yeah, she was out here vibing. She didn't have sheets. She was just chilling, and yet she was like, She's like, ooh, a J name? Okay, great, another one, cool. She was chilling. She was chilling. But so I think that Brett's my biggest winner, only because I think this team is going to be really strong if everything could come, if the stars align for her.
Yeah.
My biggest losers, though, look, I don't have a lot of losers. I don't think anyone is a loser until they deserve to be a loser. And so far, it's right. You're not a loser until you're a loser. And right now, we don't really have a loser. However, I will say that I give the biggest loser award is to look, I say it with love, Tia. I love you very much. I say it with love only because I'm also a loser, because I did something similar in getting a tight end pretty early and kind of and I don't know your strategy. I don't know what you're thinking, but I only want to say you're a loser because we'll see how George Kittle does. And if anything from week 1, have a little bit of a question mark. So I'm not saying that it's a loser move because Kittle's worked out for you for the last couple of years. So like, good on you. You're not, again, no one's a loser until they deserve it. You're not yet.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
I will say another big loser move for me is to fucking Hannah, who is the biggest Bills Mafia diehard lady I've ever met in my life. Probably the only Bills fan I actually know.
Going against her man.
Didn't put any Bills players, not even on your bet, girlfriend. Like, look, I don't know. I think you got to have a conversation with Bills Mafia, like the LA chapter. Like the president you need to talk to them because you may be like revoking the card. Or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but like not having anyone I was surprised when I looked at your team. I was pretty surprised. So those are kind of my winners, losers. Again, no one's a loser until you deserve it. When we come back after like week 6, we can analyze this and we can see. So that's kind of where
generally good karma to keep someone from your team on your fantasy.
Right.
You know, you got to have someone to root for.
Yeah, right. When your whole team eats shit and you're like, oh my God, I don't have anyone. At least I can have this.
Yeah.
But then if that team like also eats shit, you're kind of but then it's like your people, so maybe it's okay. I don't know. But like I don't know. That was a big what were you doing moment for me. But yeah. So I think that's kind of my biggest winners and losers. We're gonna jump into our week 1 roundup because I know we got to this one. Our original plan was to do this where we were just gonna do our first episode on the draft, but like life is hard, man. We get busy. We're like doing shit, you know, even though I'm not really doing shit. But like life is fucking hard. So we're going to combine our draft analysis with our week 1 predictions, our week 1 updates in the NFL, things like that. So we're going to take it to our week 1 roundup, and Chris is going to kick us off with
Spitgate. We got to talk about it.
We got to talk about Spitgate, man.
It was ugly. And frankly, you know, my partner aside and his fandom, I'm just a little tired of the Dak Prescott hate. The dude has pushed through a lot. He stays out of the drama. He tends to be on the right side of history. And on his late mother's birthday, I
forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Classless.
Yes. Yeah.
And, you know, was the punishment maybe a little intense? Sure. But I'm also glad that the NFL is setting a precedent early in this season that some of that bullshit is just not going to be tolerated. Now, we have a much larger conversation on the return of the No Fun League and how they're cracking down on other behavior. But being a piece of shit, you deserve to be treated like a piece of shit.
Yeah. I think, you know, before my only quip back to that is I find it very interesting that spitting down, nothing happens, but spitting across, something does happen. I'm not saying that anybody is like, you know, whatever, a saint here. No, you shouldn't be fucking spitting at all.
No.
But like
you're grown men. Come on.
Grown, exactly. However, I think it's interesting that down you're good, but across you're bad. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know. I find that it's funny to me that the first fucking play, like we haven't even kicked off the season and we're already having people ejected. Like, oh, this is going to set us up. This is going to set us up for a fucking dramatic NFL season, and I am ready for it.
I'm about it. And speaking of dramatic, we got to talk about the Bills. Now, look, I drafted Josh Allen for a reason. And with last week's game, they became the first in NFL history to be down 15 plus points with under 4 minutes left and still win in regulation. But as someone with a soft spot for all heartwarming comeback stories, I think the real story here is Prater, the 41-year-old who was actively coaching his son's youth football team when he got the call. He has now been officially signed to the team while Tyler Bass is on IR. And as someone that loves a good inspirational sports tale, I cannot wait for the Disney Plus retelling of this at some point.
You know what? I completely forgot about Prater, like, and that whole situation of him, like, literally coaching his son when he got them, which is amazing, right? Like,
great.
Honestly, if something were to ever happen to me like that, I probably would think it was a prank and not answer. So the fact that he just answered the phone alone is amazing. For my week 1s in our draft, you know, my biggest disappointment. Now, again, I said no one's a loser until they deserve it. Here's where you deserve it. Like, Jamar Chase didn't know how to play football. Joe Burrow didn't know how to play football. I don't know what the fucking Bengals were doing in their game. Like, you were playing the Browns. You were playing the Browns, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm like, man, we got to do
the Ohio standoff.
Yeah, right. But like, Tia, like, rough fucking start for you. And on top of that, Kittle's IR for 5 weeks. Yikes. That sucks. And even though we're competition, I really, 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 I know I've been shitting on you all pod, but like, I really do want you to do better. That is the shittiest.
Do better.
Do better. And I'm playing you this week. So even I, as a competitor, want you to do better because last week was so fucking bad. So, you know, and again, not on you. It was on them. They didn't take their football pills. So, you know, and then my other big surprise was like our good friend Hannah, conduce to you, man. You're not in last place. You set your lineup. You did the damn thing. Like, you did really, really well, and you're not in last place. Like, that is, for me, and it showed, like, you've been in this league, what are we, 4 years, 3 years now?
Something like that, yeah.
It shows growth. Like, that's all I want to see is, I know I shot on you earlier, taking your Bills Mafia card, which I still believe, but, like, you are growing, and I'm here for it. I don't think you're going to make it into playoffs, but if you do, I'll be thrilled. But, yeah, so those are my kind of, like, takes on the week. I did want to take us to our next segment, which is going to be all for Kristin. I just want to sit here and laugh. We need to take it away a little bit from our football analysis, our draft analysis. We need to make it, like, let's make it fun. And let's make it fun. Let's make it fun. And we're going to talk about our Zaddy Corner, which is Kristin's wrap-up of the hottest NFL coaching Zaddies.
Let's kick off the Zaddy Corner with the Zaddy that started it all. This Sean McVay. This blondie combines a 5'10" Malibu Ken with a weird hot cop energy. And as someone who kicked off her own puberty with Nick Carter, I'm pleased to report that some blonde men actually do age pretty well. And after seeing his shirtless photos from his summer vacation in France, Mr. McVay is officially this week's Mr. McBay.
Oh, is that going to be the weekly award?
We'll see. We'll see where my thirst takes me, you know?
You know what? I'm here for that. I'm here for it.
You know, it wouldn't be a Zaddy Corner without taking a moment of silence for our first fallen Zaddy, Kyle Shanahan. No, he didn't die, but it's clear his spirit did. This man is aging quicker than Trader Joe's produce. And when your entire team is falling to IR by week 2, I get it. But sir, get a retinol and a new training staff.
He doesn't look good. He is a fallen Zaddy. Kyle Shanahan looks like disaster.
It's like, half of me wonders, is it sabotage? Does someone hate him? Like, I could train people better than this.
I mean, I think there's a lot of 49ers hate. There's a lot in this group. There's a lot of 49ers hate in this group.
Next week, I'll be coming with you with a fresh batch of Zaddies based upon my eyes, performance, very subjective other judgments, and I can't wait for y'all to tune in.
And that takes us to our 2-minute warning. Bing, bing, bing. This is where we're going to talk fast about, where we are and how we did this week and where we're going to be next week. So we're going to do it quick. Again, I'm going back to Brett's team. I really think that once Justin Jefferson and J.J. McCarthy get it together, J.J. McCarthy really, really did well the second half of that game. He did shit the first half, but then it was like a whole new man. I think he's going to do well in his rookie season, and he has a really good wide receiver. So if they can get it together, that'll be awesome. I'm looking at Jamar Chase to learn how to play football again. Again, even though like I'm playing Tia this week at head-to-head, I really want her to do better because that was embarrassing. And then the matches of the week, I'm looking forward to Colette and Kristin, a 2 and 3 top match. Oh, always good to watch. Always good to watch the standings kind of go. So
it's not looking great for me, but we'll see.
I mean, look, like it's still it's Friday, so we only had Thursday night football. Like no one cares. We'll see what happens after Sunday. And then my match of the week in real life is going to be the Super Bowl rematch with the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Of course,
like gonna be great. I am so excited. The Chiefs are a fucking hot mess express right now with the fact that they have. Similarly to the 49ers, they're really struggling for, offense. And when your own tight end takes out your fucking wide receiver, yikes. So I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to win this game, but I really hope they do okay because Patrick Mahomes is my starter. And so we'll see. But
it's going to be a fun one to watch. And I think the stat was if the Chiefs lose this would be their longest losing streak. From you take Super Bowl of last year, game week 1 and then 3, their 3 lost games in a row would be a record for them for a long time.
I was going to say, I was like, is that forever?
Not ever. Not ever.
Yeah, I was like, they were shitty, like,
in recent years.
Yeah, like in the Patty era.
To go from undefeated last season for the first 11 or 12 weeks.
Yeah, right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So, they're a real question mark to me. I know I don't know. Again, it'll be really interesting to see what happens with the potential trade for Tyreek Hill, who, he's getting talked about going to the Steelers or going to the Chiefs. Reuniting with Patrick Mahomes could be interesting. Getting Rashee Rice back would be, is going to be huge. And we'll see what happens with Worthy's arm and whenever the fuck he can come back. So I don't anticipate the Chiefs winning this game, which is, like you said, that's a crazy stat. I don't really like the Chiefs, so I'm all right with it.
Which, to your point, I think we're all watching Tyreek Hill right now. If the Dolphins lose to the Pats, will that finally, send him packing? I've been a bit endeared to Mike McDaniel over the years with his basement stoner bro aura, but it might be coming a little bit too true to life. And as you said, with the Chiefs in need of some players right now, especially in the absence of Worthy, we'll be paying attention.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm also going to be watching some reunion tales.
Oh,
Aaron pulled it off over his old team last week. Not that he played too much for them anyway. But how will the Steelers and DK fare against my Seahawks? No, we've got a lot of fresh and oddly Caucasian new faces on the team, still building their chemistry. But and while I personally would have loved to see this reunion at Lumen, I will be sad regardless. And lastly, and not just because all of my success in a different league is riding on Lamar, the Baltimore versus Cleveland game, I think, is also going to be a good one to watch. You have one team with a really impressive offensive showing week 1 and one team with a really impressive defense showing week 1. So what's stronger, the unstoppable force of Lamar or the immovable object of Garrett? We will find out.
Ooh, you're putting physics into this shit already? Okay, Harvard, I see you. All right. Oh, look. I don't know, man. I think the unstoppable force is going to move that object. Cleveland is just there. Yeah, I don't know. But who knows? I think Lamar got into that locker room after that fucking... Again, it wasn't Lamar's fault. That was a crazy bad defense that Baltimore had. But, I think he got something up his ass after that game like any star would.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to go out and just fucking nail Cleveland to the wall. I am predicting some double-digit, they're going to win by double digits for sure. That's just what it's my feeling, but we'll see.
Well, for the sake of me wanting to beat Amar and said other league, I'm hoping Lamar shows out.
I mean, look, we all are. You can't get, embarrassed like that and then just, lose again. So, I mean, he's putting up MVP. He's an MVP. He will be, I don't know if he already won MVP, I'm not sure, but if he hasn't, he will one day. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. This guy's a fucking gamer. He knows how to play. He is going to show up. Again, double-digit victory. Do you know if are they playing in Baltimore or are they playing in
I don't
Cleveland?
remember. We'll come back to that.
Yeah. Well, we got to do more research. And that's going to take us to our wrap-up. And look, this is our first one. We're really trying to figure out our groove. We really want to hear from our friends, people that we're going to let listen to this. What's good, what's bad, what do you want to hear? Just please send us your rec. Talk shit. I don't know, whatever you want to do. I just want to hear from our friends, and please, for the love of God, set your lineup. And I already think after week 1, we're doing well. We're doing good.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. We appreciate everyone giving us 30 minutes of your time to listen to us, rant and rave about football. There's a place for everyone in this game and in this league. And so with that, Draft Queens out.
Draft Queens out.